Hey BookTube, it's Peg. Happy Sunday. Back at the History Shelf for more books. I'm calling this video Sunday Books. It's mostly new books in the mail, things I've either purchased myself or received from publishers as review copies. So I figured we all could use some distraction. So I have a rather large stack going on. I have Martine in attendance.
Hello.
She says hello. We're hoping this fancy new microphone is picking up a little bit more. We should have the levels all sorted out.
Yeah, and thank you to,
Is it Claudia?
Claudia, thank you, Claudia, for pointing that out.
Thank you, Claudia, for pointing out the low levels. Yeah, so we had to rearrange some of the settings because I switch, when I make these videos, I move to my personal laptop, so sometimes the settings get a little wonky, Anyway, we're here. It's Sunday. Hope everything's all right where you are.
We're here, we're queer, it's Sunday.
We're here. We're queer, it's Sunday. Yes. Anyway, this microphone, I feel like I'm on WKRP in Cincinnati. WPEG. There we go. It's WPEG in Denver. I'm rocking the Bookworm History Shelf cap, Rocky Balboa cap. My friend Lawrence on Twitter said he missed it, so I'm wearing this for you, Lawrence. This is just for you.
There you go.
All right, so let's just dive in. I'm going to show first 3 books that I received in the mail relatively recently. A couple that came right around the Christmas break, and one that came right after. Let's see, this one is not out yet, but it will be out in 9 days from now, January 19th. And it looks like a really good read. This is put out by St. Martin's Press, and I was able to get a copy, and I'm looking forward to reading this and reviewing. This is The Crown in Crisis, Countdown to the Abdication by Alexander Larman. This basically recounts, I'll read a little bit here from the, there we go, from the pub sheet here. Let's see. On December 10th, 1936, King Edward VII brought a great international drama to a close when he abdicated, renouncing the throne of the United Kingdom for himself and his heirs. The reason he gave when addressing his subjects was that he could not fulfill his duties without the woman he loved by his side. The woman who caused this historic rupture of centuries of British rule was the notorious American divorcee Wallis Simpson. It's a story that's been chronicled over and over, but in Alexander Larman's The Crown in Crisis, readers will be treated to a new view of this familiar story, informed by archival material never before seen, as well as by interviews with many of Edward and Wallis's close friends who have never spoken publicly before. Larman creates an hour-by-hour, day-by-day, suspenseful narrative that brings readers up to the point where the microphone is turned on and the king speaks to his subjects. Instead of focusing solely on King Edward and Mrs. Simpson, Larman looks closely at the roles played by the coalition that formed against him. Prime Minister Stanley Baldwin, his private secretary Alec Harding, and the Archbishop of Canterbury. Larman also takes the full measure of those who supported him, Minister of Parliament Winston Churchill, newspaper owner Lord Beaverbrook, Don't pay any attention. And the brilliantly Machiavellian politician Walter Monckton. For the first time in a book about the abdication, readers will read an in-depth account of the assassination attempt on Edward's life. A first-person chronicle of Wallis Simpson's divorce proceedings. Wow. Information from the Royal Archives about the government's worries about Edward's relationship with Nazi High Command Ribbentrop, and a boots-on-the-ground view of how the British people saw Edward as they watched the drama unfold. You won't be able to put down this book. It's a full panorama of the people and the time surrounding Edward and the woman he loved. So, that's fascinating. They're saying there's brand new information on these specific things, such as the assassination attempt, Wallis Simpson's divorce, and yeah, going into the unsavory aspect of Edward's, relationship with Ribbentrop and the Nazis, and just how deeply that went. So, The Crown in Crisis, coming out in 9 days. And again, it's by St. Martin's Press. And I've never heard of Alexander Larman before. Let me see what else he's written. Oh, hello.
See, that's because you put the book down.
What?
That's because you put the book down.
Yes.
You weren't supposed to.
I wasn't supposed to. Oh, he's a historian and journalist. Says he is the author of 3 previous acclaimed books of historical and literary biography, but it does not list them. But he's written for the Times, Observer, and Telegraph, and he lives in Oxford. And let's see, there he is right there, Alexander Larman. So this sounds like a really great read, guys. Looking forward to that. I think they covered it pretty well on The Crown, don't you think? The series on Netflix was really well done. He was not a sympathetic character the way they portrayed him at all. So, and I don't think he's going to come off well in this book either. But I could be wrong. We'll see. Let's see. The next book I got is very, very distinct and very different. And I love something kind of a little different and wonky, but it pertains to Russia and it pertains to religion. And I saw this and I requested a copy because I want to review this and talk about this book with you guys sometime in the next few months. This is put out by a publisher known as Inner Traditions. They're based in Rochester, Vermont. Inner Traditions. Get ready for this. This is The Return of Holy Russia. Apocalyptic History, Mystical Awakening, and the Struggle for the Soul of the World by Gary Lachman. So bear with me as I just read to you the description, because again, I don't need to keep repeating it, but for anyone who's new out there, I am enamored of all types of Russian history, Russian studies, things like this. Oh, okay. At the turn of the 20th century, a period known as the Silver Age, Russia was undergoing a powerful spiritual and cultural rebirth. It was a time of magic and mysticism that saw a vital resurgence of interest in the occult and a creative intensity not seen in the West since the Renaissance. This was the time of the God-seekers, pilgrims of the soul and explorers of the spirit who sought the salvation of the world through art and ideas. These sages and their visions of Holy Russia are returning to prominence now through Russian President Vladimir Putin, who, inspired by their ideas, envisions a new Eurasian civilization with Russia as its leader. Exploring Russia... You're shocked?
Yeah. Russia as its leader? Shocked.
Shocking. Exploring Russia's long history of mysticism and apocalyptic thought, Gary Lachman examines Russia's unique position between East and West and its potential role in the future of the world. Lachman discusses Russia's original Slavic paganism and its eager adoption of mystical and apocalyptic Eastern Orthodox Christianity. He explores the Silver Age and its quote-unquote occult revival with a look at Rasputin's prophecies, Blavatsky's theosophy, Rorich's Red Shambhala, and the philosophies of Berdyaev and Solovyov. He looks at Russian Rosicrucianism and the Illuminati scare, Russian Freemasonry, and the rise of other secret societies in Russia. He explores the Russian character as that of the quote-unquote holy fool, as seen in the great Russian literature of the 19th century, especially Dostoevsky, which is pertinent for me because I'll be doing a read-along in February, March of the Brothers Karamazov. So I'm very excited. This could be a really good resource for that read-along. Anyway, he also examines the psychic research performed by the Russian government throughout the 20th century and the influence of Evola and the esoteric rite on the spiritual and political milieus in Russia. Through in-depth exploration of the philosophies that inspire Putin's political regime and a look at Russia's unique cultural identity, Lachman ponders what they will mean for the future of Russia and the world. What drives the Russian soul to pursue the apocalypse? Will these philosophers lead Russia to dominate the world, or will they lead it into a new cultural epoch centered on spiritual power and mystical wisdom? So, you guys, I'm pretty excited. Again, and I think especially the part on like arts and ideas in literature and the impact of just, the mysticism of Christianity, the mystical side of Christianity that was really embraced through the Eastern Orthodox Church in Russia, and how that played into its literature will really be helpful to me as I'm exploring the depths of Dostoevsky's brilliance in The Brothers Karamazov next month. I'm actually going to start reading that book probably next week and just try to stay ahead of things. But The Return of Holy Russia by Gary Lockman by Inner Traditions Press. You can find it on their website, I'm pretty sure. So I am looking forward to that. Let me know if you guys are interested. If you'd like, for me to provide some insights as I'm reading it or tell you what I'm discovering, I'd be happy to do so. All right, so next book I received from I think Penguin Random House, but I like to read some thrillers. I like to read some kind of suspense, mystery thrillers, and this is a brand new book. This just came out, I think it came out in December. Yes, it did. Apparently it's a book in translation as well. Oh, yes. I've been reading a lot of books in translation, a lot of fiction in translation. So this one sounds really good. This is by Max Seek, and this is The Witch Hunter, a novel. And it's translated by Christian London. It's put up by Berkeley, which is is an imprint of Penguin. Let's see here. A shocking murder in an affluent Helsinki suburb has ties to witchcraft and the occult in this thrilling U.S. debut from Finnish author Max Seek. A best-selling author's wife has been found dead in a gorgeous black evening gown, sitting at the head of an empty dining table. Her most chilling feature, her face, is frozen in a ghastly smile. At first it seems as though a deranged psychopath is reenacting the gruesome murders from the Witch Hunt trilogy, bestsellers written by the victim's husband. But investigator Jessica Niemi soon realizes she's not looking for a single killer, but rather for dozens of believers in a sinister form of witchcraft who know her every move and are always one step ahead. As the bodies start piling up, Jessica knows they won't stop until they get what they want. And when her dark past comes to light, Jessica finds herself battling her own demons while desperately trying to catch a coven of killers before they claim their next victim. So that's the back, and there's the author, Max Seek. So brand new for American or U.S. readers, The Witch Hunter. This sounds like a page turner, kind of a little bit of a spooky, kind of eerie stuff going on as well. But I'm looking forward to diving into this for some just some fun, escapism from the heavier stuff that I normally read. So those are the new books in the mail from publishers. The rest are things that I have procured for myself over the last few months. So sometimes I save things to show you guys, so it's not necessarily that they're brand new here at the History Shelf, but I want to show you before they are shelved, or in this case, boxed up for eventual moving to our new home, wherever that one may be. So, let's see, where should I start first? Let's start with, I just picked up this book through my, I'm a book club member of the InterVarsity Press Book Club. It's called the IVP Book Club. They usually have 2 selections every month that they automatically send you unless you, go in and either cancel the selections if you don't want them or choose one and not the other. And I saw this one and I canceled the other one, but I did want this one sent to me, and I think this one's going to be really good. And the IVP, InterVarsity Press, they publish a lot of books on academic and general interest books for Christians, or anyone interested in Christianity, history, theology, practical living, those type of things. And I've done a spotlight on IVP, actually. I have a video in my archives if you guys want to check it out. It's a spotlight on InterVarsity Press. So they're a great press, a great publishing company. And this is a brand new book that is just out. It says Companions in the Darkness, 7 Saints Who Struggled with Depression and Doubt by Diana Groover, and forward by Chuck DeGroat.
That sounds interesting.
Doesn't it sound interesting? I mean, I think we can all relate to the, especially, as Christians, it's okay to say that you struggle sometimes with doubt or depression, being a Christian doesn't mean you're always running around whistling zippity-doo-dah out your behind.
Yeah,
You know?
you,
What?
that wouldn't go so well in this house.
It wouldn't go so well in this house with these animals, but
I'd fidget on you.
yeah. No, but I mean, it's not all supposed to be. It's, being a Christian is hard sometimes. Not to say I'm not. I'm just saying it's a work in progress. That is for sure. And just like with everyone who in any religion or non-religion or whatever, you have your dark moments and your moments of doubt or melancholy. And I think this book could be helpful in just seeing how saints actually struggled with it. Let me read you a quick description. For centuries, the church assumed that depression was evidence of personal sin or even demonic influence. The depressed have often been ostracized or institutionalized. In recent years, the conversation has begun to change and the stigma has lessened. But as anyone who suffers from depression knows, we still have a long way to go. In Companions in the Darkness, Diana Groover looks back into church history and finds depression and the doubt and spiritual darkness that often go along with it in the lives of some of our most beloved saints, including Martin Luther, Charles Spurgeon, Mother Teresa, and Martin Luther King Jr. Without trying to diagnose these figures from a distance, Groover tells their stories in fresh ways, taking from each a particular lesson that can encourage or guide those who suffer today. Drawing on her own experience with depression, Groover offers a wealth of practical wisdom for both those in the darkness and those who care for them. Not only can these saints teach us valuable lessons about the experience of depression, they can also be a source of hope and empathy for us today. They can be our companions in the darkness. So that's nice. It's a slim little volume. Again, IVP Press. It's just a wonderful press. I'm going to link their website below. I just highly encourage any one of you who are interested and to check out their website. They offer a variety of different imprints, series of books. They have a wonderful academic section. Just really meaty, hearty, heady stuff that is also good food for the soul. So I picked that one up from IVP. Yes, ma'am.
I do have to say, and I hope folks can hear me or not, when I saw that book right by on your desk, it looks very similar to Darkness Visible by William Styron.
Yes, and I read that ages
Which is
ago.
his own personal memoir, an account of depression, and I wonder if that isn't more than coincidental.
Meaning like the title or the reason for writing?
No. I mean the aesthetic of it looks quite similar. So I wonder if it was a little bit of an homage.
That's very true.
Yeah.
I've read, what was the name of it again?
Darkness Visible?
Darkness Visible, yes, by William Styron. I read that a long time ago, and it's a fantastic book. And not easy to read, because his depression was so crushing, I don't even know how he survived it. Yeah. It was very Darkness Visible. It was really apt title. But the cover was very similar in that sense as well. Mm-hmm. And Companions in the Darkness. So, yeah, for sure. It's basically we get about like maybe 160 pages here, but they have other people listed as well. People that I've never heard of before. Well, we got William Cowper. I feel like I should know who Cowper is. David Brainerd, Hannah Allen. So I'll learn a lot about these other people I haven't heard about. But so IVP, great books. Sticking with the line of Christian reading, I think I've mentioned before that I discovered a website called, or a publishing house called Banner of Truth. And I forgot how I mentioned them. I think I picked up there was Clooney Media, I mentioned to you guys, which I discovered, which was a Catholic publishing house, which I had ordered some of their books, paperbacks that were reprints of classics of Christian thinking. Some of them were, more Catholic in nature, but still pertain to like, Christian intellectual thought, Catholic thought. Anyway, but Banner of Truth is more of a, I guess you would say, a Calvinist or, just certainly Protestant publishing house. But anyway, I don't know, I think I got an email from them because I signed up for email alerts, and they had a massive Christmas sale going on. And I had heard about this book through Johnny Keene's channel. So thank you, Johnny, for alerting me to this work of Christian classic by William Gurnall. It's a Puritan classic, but it's called The Christian in Complete Armor. Now these are like a small little, it's a small edition, as you can see, like a small little thing. But they had the 3-volume paperback set, 3 volumes, unabridged, for $16, free shipping. I said, yes, ma'am. So I picked up the full set of The Christian in Complete Armor. And after Johnny had mentioned that, I had gone looking for these books, and for some reason I couldn't find either the set, or they had some weird abridged version, and then I was looking for the used copies, and they looked like they were all beat up, and I kind of just forgot and stopped looking, and then it came back around again. I think it was, it's meant to be. So we have the Volume 1, Christian in Complete Armor, a modernized, it does say abridgment. Well, it's an abridgment, but of the Puritan classic by William Gurnall, but there's 3 volumes. I don't know what we're missing. I think it's all here. So you have Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. And I wanted the volumes, not just some 300-page super duper abridgment. Let me just give you a quick overview. Well, these are mostly blurbs about it. Let's see what Charles Spurgeon had to say about it. Gurnall's work is peerless and priceless. Every line is full of wisdom, every sentence is suggestive. The whole book has been preached over scores of times and is, in our judgment, the best thought breeder in all our library. I guess the full version is The Banner of Truth Trust keeps in print, but it's not something you can readily get your hands on. But it says here, I believe The Christian in Complete Armor, either this abridgment or the full version, which the Banner of Truth Trust also keeps in print, should be in the library of every man and woman of God. No Christian leader, teacher, pastor, evangelist, or Christian worker should be without it. I will forever bless the day it was placed in my hands. And that was David Wilkerson. Let's see here. This is definitely for practicing Christians, so, this may not, be of interest to anyone who is, of another faith tradition or practices no religion. But it gives an overview of the basics of being a Christian, your calls to service, call to courage. So it's just, it's for spiritual growth, and I'm very excited to have it, and for such an affordable price, $16, you guys, and these nice, brand new paperback editions. So thank you, Johnny, for making me aware of this author, this Puritan writer, and we'll see how we progress in that. Okay. So and these other books, there's no rhyme or reason except for the last section, which I'll save for last, which is very much all related. These 2 books, I picked up this book a while ago through a bookoutlet.com haul. I have been wanting to get it for a while, and I believe John David, my friend John David, at his channel had also recommended and has read this book, and I think he really enjoyed it. So I want it, and I probably will butcher the name, but this is The Captive Mind by Czeslaw Milosz. I believe I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Czesław Milosz, and it's the winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature. This is a nice little vintage paperback edition. I think it was probably $3.95 or something like that. So this is, and is translated from the Polish by Jane Zielonko. Written in the early 1950s, when Eastern Europe was in the grip of Stalinism and many Western intellectuals placed their hopes in the new order of the East, this classic work reveals in fascinating detail the often beguiling allure of totalitarian rule to people of all political beliefs and its frightening effects in the minds of those who embrace it. Well, so, The Captive Mind. Let's see here, it's about 250 pages. I picked up that. This book I picked up used. I was looking around. It just came up when I was browsing for something else, and it looked good. And I remember this author from his previous work, White Cargo. I'm always interested in English history, and especially. I recently bought a bunch of the historical fiction of Edward Rutherford, and he's got a historical novel all about London. And I've just been intrigued by the notion of cities in history and the evolution of cities in history. And I think I actually had another book about that. Or it's a book coming out by Ben Wilson about, I think it's called Metropolis, and how cities evolved in history and the importance of cities. So anyway, this came up while I was browsing, and this is The King's City, A History of London During the Restoration, The City That Transformed a Nation, by Don Jordan. And he wrote previously White Cargo. This was put out by Pegasus Books, it looks like. So I looked for it used, because I don't think, a lot of times I like to have the hardcover and not the soft cover.
It makes moving fun.
It makes moving fun. I'm sorry, but they look so much better on a bookcase because they fill the shelf up higher.
Yeah.
When you get the soft covers, then they go, oh, then they're like short, and then you get all that white. She doesn't like me right now.
I like to put pictures of my hernia extras beside it. Yeah.
We're gonna have framed
cards of sympathy from my chiropractor's office.
I am paying for movers to move the books, so please know this.
I'm going to be sending them Christmas cards this year too.
We will tip them. We will tip them greatly.
We will tip them in bottles of whiskey and Bactine.
And morphine if we're able to. We can't get our hands on that, but
No promises there.
we'll give them some bottles of Aleve, a bottle of whiskey, a box of chocolates, and say shalom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, directions to the nearest dispensary.
The directions to the nearest, yes, CBD.
Those you will, yeah.
Because in Colorado, apparently now they're on every corner.
Yes, they are.
Not a big fan of that.
Okay.
Yeah, some people are very happy about it. I never particularly was. You know what? Just interesting aside, the other day, well, it wasn't the other day, it was, I rarely go to the gas station anymore because I rarely drive enough to have my tank go empty. But last time I was in the gas station paying for my gas, I couldn't believe it. Right next to the,
Yeah, they're everywhere.
they're everywhere. I mean, you can get high.
Well,
It is though. Come on. I mean, I went in. There's like a little thing of like the gummy bears and the chocolates and the things, and it was just like, here's your cannabis,
no.
and I could just buy it.
You can't get high from CBD, babe.
Well, it wasn't CBD. It was the actual like.
Well, I just call that convenience.
She calls it convenient. I call it the decline of Western civilization. You can, okay.
I lack the discipline for edibles. I really do. Like if you say to me,
You
"Hey,
lack the
can
discipline?
you can only have one gummy bear a year or an hour.
I'm gonna get this
I'd be
over
like,
there.
yeah, right. It's a gummy bear. What's the worst that could happen?
Not that we would do that because we can't be doing that. But we
No.
should. I mean, it would be funny if we bought a couple packages of those and we saw, okay, how many does it take to like really start to
It would be that scene from
trip balls.
that scene from The Wolf of Wall Street where they're taking the prescription drugs and
Yeah.
they're like, No, I
Oh,
think these are out of date. I don't think they're working anymore. Fast forward to them just being flat on the floor. Their
yes!
face is melting.
My face is melting. Um, yeah. So I'm not sure how I got on that. Oh, the movers. The movers needing
And
to have pain
hardback.
reliever after moving all of my hardcover books because I like hardcover books. What can I say? Look, I'll be the one packing them up, so I might need to have the
No, you
CBD.
won't. I will get you a hard hat, and you'll be like, this goes here, and this goes there.
No, I meant prior to the movers coming in. Guess who has to pack them into
No, I'm not
boxes?
gonna let you do that.
Oh, I'm not letting strangers handle my
I'll
books.
do it. And she, by the way, guys, she barely lets me touch her books. Barely lets me.
That's not true.
That is true. Remember one time I put them on I didn't put them on the floor the right way, and you were like, oh.
That was different. She stacked them so that they could easily totter over. You have to put the biggest.
It was for an hour.
I let her touch my books, and you know what? That is very sweet of you to claim that you're not going to allow me to box up the books because, but you're going to be in so much pain. Oh my God, we have to stop because people are tuning out now.
No, but you can't be doing that. No, I'll take care of that for you.
See how sweet she is? She really is the sweetest Irish woman I know.
You don't know many.
And I don't know many.
You only know two, to be fair.
She's the sweetest woman I know. But of course I'm gonna help. You can't stop me from packing up some of my books.
Yeah.
I'll help a little bit. Anyway, okay, so.
You and Gidget can manage it.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for, hope you enjoyed our little exchange. Some of you do. And frankly, that's who we do this for. We love you. You know who you are. Okay, so these last few books I've had sitting here for a while that I just wanted to mention that I picked these up. And it was all because of the book I read and wrote a review on for Book Browse Review. And I just got really into the espionage, Cold War stuff. I was like, oh, this spy stuff is actually really interesting. What was it? Scott, I'm blanking on the man's name, but he wrote.
Don't say Brad Thor.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying Brad Thor. I haven't mentioned that man's name in a long time. Okay, thank you.
I haven't missed him.
I know you haven't missed him. The Quiet Americans, which was great. So, history, nonfiction. So it got me thinking because he mentions Graham Greene a lot, obviously, and so I've been getting a lot of books on espionage, and there's more that I'm going to show you in another video I'll make about, probably it'll be my first massive 2021 book haul from Hamilton Book. They are just, whew, those people. They're killing me. They're killing Martine. Anyway, they will kill her. No, they won't. No, they won't. But anyway, so I was like, you know what? I already had one book on my shelf by Graham Greene. So this is one I've had for well over a year now. And this is The Heart of the Matter by Graham Greene.
Don Henley.
What?
The Heart of the Matter, Don Henley.
The Heart of the Matter, Don Henley. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, Boys of Summer? What's going on here? This was for the Graham Greene Centennial. It's one of these beautiful Penguin Deluxe editions, I think, because it's paperback, but look at it, it's got deckle edges and French flaps. I love these. I've been trying to get more. In fact, well, I scored a couple more actually. So, but this one I'd had, and Penguin, there he is right there, the maestro. Oh, and this all kind of came together because I heard through the grapevine that there's a brand new biography coming out on Graham Greene, I think next month, which I'm really intrigued by. I just read a review of it, I think in the TLS. The TLS, or I think it was TLS, and Times Literary Supplement, which I subscribe to, which I love. And they said pretty good things about it, so I think I might want to read that as well. But, so that Quiet American thing just kind of made me want to go look for some of his other works. So, especially this one, which was, it really brought spycraft and everything else, espionage into the, into the, like, the modern zeitgeist culture of people loving these types of stories and bringing it to the fore. And this was The Quiet American, which I haven't read. And oh, look, we have an introduction by Robert Stone. So that's interesting. And this again is a Penguin Deluxe edition. Decollage and French flaps. This one I think I bought these two off of Amazon. I had like a credit, so I decided, you know what. So I've got a nice little Penguin library going of Graham Greene, and then I picked up the other one. Oh, yes?
Does it mention Dances with Wolves?
No.
Graham Greene? Great actor. Okay.
See, she needs to have her own podcast talking about movies, because she has an encyclopedic knowledge of movies. She'll say things like, oh, that guy was in, and I'm like, who, what? She just mentioned Graham Greene was an actor in Dances with Wolves. He's played the Native American?
Yeah, he played the chief, or the shaman.
He played the shaman and the medicine man. This is what you learn on my channel. A lot of things. Martine adds so much. She really does. She does. And then, so this was the other one that was on Amazon that I picked up, because, I'd like to have all of his books. The End of the Affair. Again, just another beautiful Penguin Deluxe edition. So I've got these three, and then I really want to read this one by him. It's supposed to be like one of his greatest novels, but they didn't have it in the deluxe edition with the decollages and the French flaps. But oh, it'd been in my cart forever, and I just decided to pull the trigger somewhat. Okay, The Power and the Glory, introduction by John Updike. So, and look at that cover. Look at that photo. So crazy. What was I really intrigued by in this book? And this was named one of the 100 best novels of the 20th century by Time magazine. The Power and the Glory is a moralist thriller that traces a line of influence back to Dostoevsky and forward to Cormac McCarthy. I'll just read a description of this one. I haven't read the description of the other two, but I think most of you have heard of these two novels. They're pretty fairly well known. So, Mexico, the late 1930s. A paramilitary group has outlawed the Catholic Church and has been executing its clergy. Now the last priest is on the run, fleeing not just an unshakable police lieutenant, but also his own wavering morals. As he scraps his way toward salvation, haunted by an affair from his past, the nameless, quote, whiskey priest is pulled between the bottle and the Bible, tempted to renounce his religion, yet unable to ignore the higher calling he's chosen. Timeless and unforgettable, The Power and the Glory is a stunning portrait of both physical and spiritual survival by a master dramatist of the human soul. And that's why I want to read it. I love themes like that. So, so this is just your standard, regular black, black cover, black spine, Penguin Classics version. So, so yeah, thanks to The Quiet Americans, I've been just picking up every kind of book I can on Graham Greene, and also been picking up books slowly about the Cambridge spy ring. But I'll show that. I'm getting ahead of myself. That's in the next video where I'll show you a couple of books I got on that topic. But then I think one of the either the book review I read, or it might have been in a book review, or I might have just noticed it and was reading it through in the actually the bibliography of The Quiet Americans listed this book. So I went on a search and I found a used copy that looks just perfect. I mean, it's like brand new. And this is called Seeds of Fiction: Graham Greene's Adventures in Haiti and Central America, 1954 to 1983, by Bernard Dieterich, with a foreword by Pico Iyer and an introduction by Richard Greene. Nice picture on the back. I bought this used like new, I think, off of Amazon. Let me see where we're at. 40 minutes. Okay, this is the last book for this video, so let me just quickly read what this was about. In 1965, Graham Greene made what he described as a trip down the Dominican and Haitian border in the company of 2 exiles from Haiti. Bernard Dieterich was one of those 2 exiles, and Seeds of Fiction includes a first-hand account of that trip, one that inspired one of Green's most significant works, The Comedians. And that's one I don't have yet. Dieterich, a seasoned correspondent for the British and North American press, had lived in Haiti for many years. In 1963, he had been thrown out by Papa Doc Duvalier, and in exile in the neighboring Dominican Republic, soon became a champion of the cause of the Haitian opposition. Dieterich and Green had become friends in the mid-50s when the celebrated author visited Haiti. When Green met Dieterich in Santo Domingo in 1965, he was 61 and depressed and plagued by religious doubt. Sensing that the volatile political situation in Haiti was something Green could write about, and so help to expose the Duvalier regime in all its brutality, Dieterich suggested they tour the border region between the two countries, and together with an exiled Haitian priest, Father Jean-Claude Bajou, whose family had recently been, quote, disappeared, they set off. Along the way, they met a number of characters later fictionalized in Green's most politically charged novel, The Comedians. And Seeds of Fiction illuminates in detail this pivotal episode in Green's career and provides a fascinating glimpse into the writer's life from a very personal perspective. It goes on a little bit more detail, but you get the gist of what this is about. And of course, if you've been paying close attention to a lot of the books I've been talking about recently, or topics I've been really intrigued by recently, Haiti and the history of Haiti is very interesting to me, as well as the Dominican Republic. Most of it was triggered by the book I read on Toussaint Louverture, which I reviewed for Open Letters Review, and then I picked up some historical fiction set around the revolution, the Haitian Revolution, and the War for Independence that they fought under his leadership before he was exiled as well. Anyway, so this just sounds perfect for me. I think I'm going to lose myself in this book. So this is like nonfiction, and then so I picked up a bunch of Graham Greene books as well. He's got his biography the new biography coming out. I'm excited for that. It looks like I will probably need to pick up The Comedians after I read this book, because apparently that was very much inspired by what happened on their trip to Haiti and the Dominican Republic. So, you guys, what do you think about them apples? These are some books I wanted to show you on a Sunday. We are just kind of hanging out. We got about an inch of snow last night. No big deal. We really want more snow. We want way more snow. We live in Colorado, and I guess it's the climate change thing, but I don't know. Or it's because it's a La Nina year. I have no clue. But it's like we really need more precipitation. And like we didn't get many thunderstorms in the summer. And it's like where
have all the cowboys gone?
Where have all the cowboys gone? Okay. I like to tease her and yank her chain a little bit. Fredo will be coming soon. I will break out Fredo. When you least expect it. It has to be, she just laughs knowing, just thinking about me doing my Godfather Fredo impersonation.
Yeah.
I'm smart. I can handle things.
Yeah, just tease it.
I'm just going to tease it. That was a teaser. All right, guys. On that note, thanks for watching. I still have so many more videos to make. I am going to get my book reviews up soon, I promise. To all you wonderful authors out there, I have the notes and I'm ready to go. It's just a matter of timing and lighting and everything else in life in general. So, but I've got book reviews coming up on this channel. I've got Hamilton Book Haul. It'll be my massive 2021 first haul of the year, and probably my biggest and probably my last for a while. And what else? Oh, just currently reading. Then I'll be doing I'll be joining several other booktubers. I'll make an announcement video when we get closer to it. I think we do have a general announcement going out soon about the Dostoevsky read-along for February and March for the Brothers Karamazov.
Which is on TMC
Oh.
in the next week. For those of
Can we
you-
record it?
I have a recording set.
So yeah, TMC is showing was it a 1950 version, a 1950s movie version of the Brothers Karamazov on TMC. So we have set the recording for it. Of course, I'm not going to watch it until well after I'm done with the book, or at least after I'm done with the book, and just see, because you know we're also very much film enthusiasts here at the Casa, and so yeah, that should be really good. Anyway, guys, there'll be more videos to come. Thanks to all of your support, and I love talking to you guys. Please comment below on anything that you know, intrigued you or interested you. And
Movie shout out for the week.
movie shout out for the week.
Born Yesterday, Julie Holiday.
See, she's so classy. We watched this the other night. What year was it from?
Oh, it was like 1950.
It was like a 1950 movie. It's called Born Yesterday, with Judy Holliday, who won an Oscar for her performance. She was quite amusing. She was very funny. It was, and William Holden.
Fantastic.
William Holden.
Yes.
See,
Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah. So we just watched that the other night. She's really opening my eyes up to classic movies, which I've never really gotten into before. But now she loves the old movies, the old black and white movies, and that was the majority of her Christmas presents were all those old movies that she knows and loves. She's a big Cagney fan.
Yeah.
She loves her Cagney.
I'm gonna get you into Carol Lombard.
Carol Lombard. Well, I know she was a funny lady.
Yeah.
And anyway, so check it out. Born Yesterday. Judy Holliday, William Holden.
Yeah.
I'm sure TMC will have it on sometime. Anyway, that is our mishmash. That is our Sunday book feast and trivia feast and random Graham Greene, well, whatever, I can't speak. Fredo teaser. You got it all in this video. You got it all. Because why? Because we love you. All right, so everyone take care. Check back soon. Thanks for just being there, and so happy to see all the new people who have found the channel and who are commenting. I can't wait to get to know you more. Keep commenting. You know I comment back, guys. Anyway, take care. There's football on. There's
Saints got a touchdown.
Saints just got a touchdown. I don't know if you're interested in that or not, but hey, it's books and football. What can you do? It's the best. All right, guys, take care, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.